Well, hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. I've been out here tinkering around. I added some straw to the laying boxes and filled up the feeders. I didn't let the little mama hen and I say babies, they're about teenagers now, most of them. I didn't let them out. I let the turkeys and the 4 adults out, which is Junior and the 3 hens. I was hoping my buddy from work would get here last night or today and get those Wyandottes, and he said he ended up having a busy weekend. He couldn't make it out here, so he's going to try to make it out here early next week, which is the day y'all are seeing this. So hopefully he will get out here and get those last 5 Wyandottes, and that'll put me down to 7 adult laying hens. That's it, 7. That'd be the fewest chickens I've had in well over 3 years. So that's all right. The Rhode Island Reds lay well enough that I can get out of 7 eggs. I'll get at least 6 eggs every day, and you know that's still 3.5 dozen a week. That's you know, on the weeks, because egg sales fluctuate, guys. So you know, you'll have, seem like everybody wanted eggs this week, and then almost nobody wants them the next week. But that's all right. I'm going to still try to continue growing the Rhode Island Red flock. I want to get it up to about 24 to 30 hens. And that's a lot, but that's where I want it to be. And these Wyandottes will have a good home. And the buddy that's getting them had a bunch of chickens before, and the neighbor's dog got in his pen and killed 20-something chickens that he had. So he's he was upset about that, but it's been a while, and that neighbor no longer lives there. So hopefully he'll be able to keep these and start growing his own flock and getting his own eggs. Now, I've already collected blueberries earlier today when I let the chickens out, because they've been locked up for a couple days waiting on him to come. And I got more than I could carry yesterday in my hand. And then today I got a full handful, and there's some that could have been picked, but I didn't, because they're not quite dark blue. So I figured I'd let them finish for the rest of the day. I'll come out here right before dark and get those few that may have turned during the day today, but we'll see. But I didn't collect the eggs yesterday because I was busy, and late yesterday afternoon I went to collect them late yesterday evening. It was, you know, right at dark. They were still out scratching, but it was right at dark. And I had a Rhode Island Red hen in one of the nesting boxes, and she had been in there for 10 minutes, y'all. She wasn't making all the cackling noise and stuff that they do when they're laying an egg. So I tried not to disturb her, and Sue's doing his job. But I decided, well, if she's going to set, because she was acting like she didn't jump up and run like they normally do if they're not setting. So I grabbed the other Rhode Island Red eggs from the other pens, and I put them up under her. She let me put them under there. And then I got back out here today, and she's not setting. So I guess she was just taking her time to lay an egg. I don't know. But either way, I collected all the eggs today. No hens were setting on them. So I'm thinking about breaking out that 48 count incubator and trying to hatch some. I just don't know, y'all. I've never had any luck with that thing. No matter how many eggs I put in there, I'm lucky if I get 2 or 3 eggs to hatch. So I've been debating on whether to buy a new incubator, and the ones that's got all the good reviews only hold 9 to 12 eggs. I mean, that's, not bad, but it's not exactly as big as I'd like it to be. But if that's the best incubator, you know, for the price, I ain't gonna say the best. I'm not trying to get the best. I just want one that'll actually hatch the eggs. That may be the one I order. So we'll see. But so they got fresh straw in their nesting boxes. I filled up all the feeders. I flushed out all the waterers. And of course, the turkeys and Junior and his 3 ladies have been able to come out and scratch today. And since these had been locked up for a while, I let them out when he said he wasn't gonna make it. So the door, their dirt builds up from their poop and feed and all. And the door on this pen was hard to close, so I brought a shovel over and cleaned out in front of the threshold and on top of it. And, you know, now the door works like it should. So just doing small chores, I took all the extra, that's good fertile dirt full of nitrogen, threw it out here. Hopefully that'll, you know, break apart like the chickens are scratching it and help the ground be a little bit more fertile. It's about time to cut. I just had such a busy Friday and Saturday. I did not want to cut the grass. It don't, you know, I cut it Saturday before. So today's day number 9, and honestly, it needs cutting right now, but it's going to wait a couple of days. The weather's forecasting some thunderstorms this evening, and I don't see it in the sky, but of course it may be coming. We did have a lot of overcast clouds, so I wasn't getting good charge for the solar, but I went back here and walked around, and the scuppling vines is growing up where I've weaved it through the chicken wire fence. It had a lot of new sprouts that wasn't weaving through, so I went ahead and weaved it back and forth through there to make it run down that chicken wire, which is, you know, what I wanted to do. But this hen here, she may be egg bound, y'all. I'm not sure, but she's not acting quite as active as the rest of them, doing a lot of standing around. But she's not in the nesting box, so I actually had a double yoker in there, which is probably why that hen was in there so long. And I was thinking it was this hen here. So we'll see. I'm sure double yokers are a little bit difficult to pass. At least it would be for me. I don't know about y'all. But either way, haven't done anything with the tractor. Really just don't want to get covered in oil and grease and all that dirt right now. I'll probably do that one day when I come home from work and I'm filthy from work. That way I've already gotten dirty. But the blueberry bush here has got a lot of new shoots coming off of it. I thought about cutting some and trying to pot them again and see if I can get them to grow. But I'll wait till later, because I'm just not very good at that. I need to get in there with the pruning shears and prune that fire blight back on that tree. I'm really thinking about just cutting it down and seeing if a new sprig will come up and let it grow from the new sprig. Maybe it won't be infested with fire blight like this one is. The second tree has got just a tiny bit. Matter of fact, I see one limb right there, but it may be from this tree. No, it's from that one. So I need to get in there. I got to get the ladder out, get in there and prune those limbs down. It's going to scalp this tree again when I cut all the fire blight out of it. But it's either that or just cut the whole tree down and be done with it. I don't know what to do. If I have to cut the whole tree down and it dies, then I'll just leave that one pear tree there, and then I'll plant more out elsewhere. Don't know what to do, but I'm not having a lot of luck with getting rid of the fire blight. The apple trees seem to be growing better this year than they have in several years, but it's too early for them to bloom right now. The fig tree is loaded with little figs over there, both of them. That blueberry tree is producing really well. This peach tree has got a few peaches on it, and the one that broke is still loaded. Some of the figs are still look like they're growing because it didn't break completely off, so that's why I haven't cut it, hoping some of them may go ahead and mature that I can pick. We'll see. I don't know. but that tree will end up getting pruned way back. So we'll see how that goes. But we did have our range qualifications yesterday morning for church security team, and that went pretty well. We had a smaller crowd than expected, but all of us enjoyed the fellowship, and we all did our thing and got qualifications done. So that you know, that's the important thing, is looking out across the field like we're doing now. It doesn't look like it's tall and needs cutting, but the weeds are starting to sprout back up. But the grass where I parking all up here is a foot tall. It's just not thick yet, but it's a foot tall. So I don't know. I'll get it cut in the next couple days. It's not going to be today. But the chickens are doing well. I just really wish I could go ahead and get rid of those other 5 and get down to where I need to be. And hopefully I'll be able to mix all these babies in with the adults pretty soon and get them all back, you know, into one, well, not one flock, but into 2 flocks, Junior with his and Sue with his flock. And then try to find another hen that'll set and raise some more babies. So that's what I want to do. I just don't want to hatch Wyandottes. So I'm going to wait till they're gone before I even attempt that. But it's been a good day. It's been a good weekend. Busy, but a good, blessed weekend. And I hope y'all had a good one as well. So I had a friend come out that has a lot of dogs and takes care of a bunch of dogs. She actually charges for it. And she had some spray that I could put on his ear instead of pouring that betadine on like I've been doing. He makes me waste more than it uses. But she gave me a spray, that purple medicated spray, and it seems to be helping a little bit. So he don't like me spraying it, but if I can get, because the ear that I was treating got better, and then he's scratching the other ear. So it's just the flies and the bugs during the summertime. But he's doing well. I still haven't bought a new feeder for him because those things, the price have gone up so doggone high. You know, it makes it difficult to just order one and still do other projects. But I need to finish cleaning up out here. But anyway, it holds his feed and all that, and he can get to it. The problem is when it rains, it gets a little bit of water in there, and his food gets wet and mildews, and I have to clean it all out and then put more feed in. So I don't fill it up. It'll hold 25 pounds, but I don't fill it all the way up because if it rains, it ruins it. But either way, I need to get another feeder here pretty soon. We'll see how it works out. But he's just chilling in the shade, y'all. When the sun was straight up earlier, he was laying over the edge, under the edge of the overhang on his doghouse and out in the shade. Then I came back outside. I decided to watch a movie, and I come back out, and he's laying in the full sunlight out there, just soaking up the sun, I guess. But I think I'm fixing to get the weed eater out and do a little weed eating and clean up a little bit before I cut grass this week. But I wanted to do a video and kind of chit chat with y'all a little bit. But I don't, all the panic and all the talk about the Trump stuff that went on, you know, it's not over with yet. But guys, at this point, there's not a lot we can do other than sit back and wait and see if we can't pray about it and hope for the best outcome. I don't know how all that stuff works, and most of you probably don't know how all of it works. But being charged and convicted of something that was not even a crime, that's why they can't name the crime, because they didn't have one. The man's the most investigated man on the planet ever, and they can't even name the crime that they want to convict him on, but they convicted him. So whatever. All we can do is pray about it and hope that the elections actually work, that it goes through, and we as people can make a difference in November and maybe prolong the inevitable of this country's complete collapse. A lot of people, including myself, think it's already started. So we're just hoping and praying for the best. So y'all remember what I always tell you. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared. You need to be preparing hard right now because it may not last until November. It may not last until January 20th where he's sworn in. There's a lot of stuff going on. We only hear about the stuff after it's over with. Y'all know that. And I'm not going to tell you ahead of time. It's coming one way or the other. So y'all be safe.